before we start the chat, I would like to give just a few bio about Rachida. So Rachida is a seasoned analyst with background in some of the top Fortune 500 tech companies. Their problem-solving skills and deep understanding of user need have been earned through years of experience. And recently, she seamlessly transitioned into the role of health and wellness advocate, combining empathy with analytic thinking. Rashida is passionate about fostering well-being. She leveraged her technical expertise to navigate mental health and also promote awareness. So our personal mission is to empower businesses and individuals to live their best life. It is my pleasure to welcome you to Career Chronicles with Adebisi Rashida. You're highly welcome.
Hi, thank you for
So
having me.
you're welcome. So we'll go straight forward to the question because then I just want this to be very brief because of our viewers. So um, we're just going to spend like between 15 to 20 minutes during this discussion. So I would like to know, the first question is, what actually sparked your passion for transitioning into career as a health and wellness advocate?
Well, what inspired that was my own journey because I came from a background of trauma, abuse, suicide attempts, things like that. And with that severe level of anxiety and depression that lead to suicide, I decided that I did not want anyone else, any other human being, to ever have to feel that way to where they want to end their life. So I was like, you know what? I owe it to God, the universe, whatever you want to call him, to pay it forward and be an advocate for these folks still going through these situations. Because whether you have PTSD from going to war and coming back home, or some other traumatic event that happened in your childhood, we all still suffer with it. But if you feel that you have someone to talk to, which I am that person to talk to, um, and some coping mechanisms, then you can see a positive way out of it, not, oh, kill yourself. So that's what made me actually decide to transition into this role.
Well, that is a whole lot of childhood experience plus passion. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
thank you very much for sharing that with us. Okay, during this your transition, can you describe a significant accomplishment that stands out in your professional journey?
Yes, there's a few, but the main one was I participated in a global, I would call it like a health conference, where they have people from different sectors of the health community, but mine just happened to be mental health. So I did a little short speech on mental health, overcoming adversities and trauma. And I was featured, and they gave me like a certificate, like an official certificate, everything like that. It's on my LinkedIn somewhere if you want to find it. But that was the first step to like seriously getting into this public speaking within the mental health industry. So I was proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone and like taking that first step.
Wow, that's so good. I'm so glad that you're able to step out of your comfort zone and you're able to also help people in terms of creating awareness and helping people heal from mental health trauma. Okay, now the third question is, what are those unique skills, unique expertise that you bring to your current role? What are those skills?
Well, my again, going back to my own life experience of surviving trauma and abuse and suicide attempts myself, then I've learned these coping mechanisms, breathing techniques, meditation, prayer, daily journaling, many others, but that's just off the top of my head, you know. That if you do those every day, you have to practice them every day, that it will make a difference. You will be less stressed, less anxiety, less depression, and then through that, not as likely to want to commit suicide. So it's a preventative medicine. It is.
Hmm. I agree with you. Yes, journaling, meditation, breathing exercises, they are very, very good. Yes, I remember some times ago, I tried to challenge myself. I do this journaling for 3 months, and I can tell you that it's actually improved my thinking ability, my resourcefulness, as in I was able to take things easy on my own and improve my work-life balance as well. So these skills are very, very essential. I agree with you. And since you have been doing this, you have been transitioning into this career path and you have been helping people, how has your career path evolved? How has your career path evolved?
Well, it started with baby steps, just little audio rooms in LinkedIn or places like this, like the StreamYard. Also writing for like a couple of magazines. And now people are even talking about, oh, write with us in our book. We have like an anthology book. They want me to write with them. I didn't write it yet, but like these are projects that are new opportunities coming up. Being a guest speaker on some podcasts, maybe even have my own podcasts. Be featured in newsletters like you guys. There's just these things that have transpired and come about since that first step of the health conference that I was in. So just like baby steps gradually coming bigger over time. And who knows, God willingly, I might have my own podcast, my own YouTube show or whatever, who knows. My own coaching clientele, whether I do individual, group sessions, whichever. The main point is to help people so that they will not be suicidal like I was. I'm no longer anymore, thank God. I've overcome that. So if I can do it, living proof it's possible, everybody else can do it. They just need to accept the help.
Hmm. Thank you very much. I think I've joined one of your events on LinkedIn before, and I really enjoyed it. I really
Thank
enjoyed
you.
it, and I like the fact that you also use a podcast to reach out to help people to make them heal from their past trauma. And yes, what is the impact you strive to create within your industry or organization? What do you strive to create as you evolve? So, what impact do you strive to create in the future?
The main thing is just bringing more awareness and to reassure people that there is nothing wrong with reaching out for help. Whether you reach out to me, a therapist, a counselor, someone at your place of worship, someone in your neighborhood, or even some of these anonymous online forums that they have, you don't even have to show your face or your name or anything. Just message someone and they have anonymous people. There's even a suicide hotline, I believe. I forget the number, but if you call it or text it, it's a suicide hotline that you can speak to somebody totally anonymous. They'll just hear you, just kind of how like a therapist would hear you, just listen to your problems. And you can, consult people to get help, even in, like you say, these audio rooms on LinkedIn or whatever. There's multiple platforms, multiple resources these days where you don't have to feel alone because you know what? You're not. None of us are alone. And I believe that it's only because we have the feeling of being alone that it leads to severe anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Because if you didn't feel that you were alone and there was no way out, you wouldn't be suicidal. That it happened to me firsthand. That's how I know. So it's just making people more aware that you can reach out. There's resources, there are techniques, coping mechanisms that you can use, and life can be beautiful. It is beautiful if you embrace it. Don't be stuck in a corner somewhere. Embrace life.
Hmm. Thank you very much. Yes, I think people need to have more awareness in this issue because recently it's now become something that is happening more and more. The alarming rate at which it happens, people commit suicide, and some parents did not even notice that something is actually wrong with their children until they lose them, and it is very, very it becomes an emotional thing for them. So I think what you are doing, you're actually solving a problem that is happening all over the world. You are solving a problem that is affecting youth, children, especially teenagers. So most of the time they have a lot of things in their mind and they don't know who to share it with, and they just feel like, oh, they have to end it all. And recently I think I have a cousin of mine that decided to she just wants to kill herself because of failed marriage and all that. So she started injecting herself. So she wants to die and just go. And thank God she's back and better now. So she has undergone a rehabilitation and she's doing much, much better. So I think it's a general issue now. And then the more people are aware about it, the more it will help people to heal and recover from their trauma. So thank you very much for coming to my career chronicle chat. I understand that everybody is busy, but I really appreciate the time that you give me just for us to hear about what you are doing, the impact you are creating in the community, and really, really appreciate it. And we look forward to more of this in the future. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much. I appreciate your time.
Yes, same here. So, what is one last advice we like to give to our audience out there when it comes to something related to mental health? So, what is your final advice that you like to give people?
Sometimes you find that your anxieties comes from fears. So one of my colleagues says, you know what? Even though you have the fear, do it anyway. Whatever the goal is you're trying to accomplish, whether you're speaking in front of someone for the first time or you're nervous about a big test exam you have at school, do it scared, but do it anyway. In the first few times, it's not going to be perfect, but that's okay. None of us are perfect, number one. Number two, practice makes professional. They say 10,000 hours of practicing something is how you master a skill. So if you don't get it the first few times, don't be hard on yourself. You're just human after all. It's okay. Just stick with it.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you very much, Rachida. So if you want to connect with Rachida, Rachida is on LinkedIn. Yeah, so you are free to connect with her and reach out to her. So thank you again, Rachida, for joining this career chat. We really appreciate your time. Have a great
My
day.
pleasure.
Bye for now.
You too. Take care now.
Yeah,
Bye
bye.
bye.
Yeah, take care.